I want to share with you a story about a great tzaddik that I was able to see many times, the Rabbi, Rabbi Shlomo L'Schusi Gerleinu. Now I know there are different versions of the story, and I'm only going to tell you the one that I read in the Sefer. When the Rabbi came to America after he survived the Holocaust, he came with his son, Rabbi Naftolcha, and a couple of chavra. He was living at that time on the Upper West Side, and he barely had a minyan. It was once on a Friday, on an Erev Shabbos, and it was time for davening, and it was getting late. They didn't have a minyan. Rabbi Naftolcha, his father said, go to the street and find a Jew. So he went out onto the street and looked for a Yiddish upon him, for a Jewish face. And there was an older person who had that look of having been through the same horrors that they went through. And he asked him in Yiddish, can you join us for a minyan? He didn't want to come. He said, come please, we need you for a minyan. All right, he came in and he said, listen, once I'm here, it happens that I'm about tefillah. I know how to daven for the Amid, so I'd like to daven for the Amid. So the Rabbi said, let him daven for the Amid. And he davened beautifully. He davened the Kabbalah Shabbos, the whole thing was beautiful. And then he started coming. And by this time, the minyan was growing. And one Friday night, this Moshe, the Chazan, the Baal Tefillah, doesn't show up. And the Rabbi says to his son, I want you to find Moshe. I don't want to start davening without Moshe. I said, how are we going to find him? He says, there's Manhattan. There's not Babav. But the Rabbi said, go look for him. And they went. And there was a park a block or two away. And they saw him sitting in the park, smoking a cigarette on Shabbos. It was already Shabbos. And they came back and they said, Rabbi, he's smoking a cigarette. It's Shabbos. He's smoking. And the Rabbi said, it's not true. He's not smoking. But we saw him smoking. The Rebbe said, he's not smoking, the Deutscher is smoking, the German Yimach is smoking, he's not smoking. And they didn't know what he was talking about. What the Rebbe was saying is that this holy Jew had been broken and traumatized in the deepest way, just like all of them. The truth is that deep inside of him, of course, he was a Shomer Shabbos. He was saying the Chadaidi all the time. But there was a German that somehow invaded his life, and it was the German that was smoking on Shabbos. Not him. And the Rebbe said, go back and bring Moshe. Moshe was gone. Many, many, many years passed. And the Rebbe was sitting with the Chassidim and his son, Naftolcha. And there was a Yid that came in and said, Rebbe, gedenkst me, do you remember me? And the Rebbe looked at him and he started davening like a Baal Shabbos. He said, Moshe, the Baal Tefillah. And now Moshe had a strimer, a long white beard. He said, Moshe. And the Rebbe gave him a big hug. Then he turned to Rebbe Naftolcha and he says, didn't I tell you? It wasn't Moshe that was smoking. It was the German inside of him that was smoking. How the Rebbe understood a Jew. We don't understand ourselves. Those things that are holding us back. That koach inside that's keeping us from doing what we have to do and from overcoming that darkness in our lives. It's not because we're not good. It's because there's a German inside. Whatever that German is, thank God it's not from the Holocaust. But there's a German inside. It's not who we really are. Hashem Yisborach should help us to come to that person inside, to the person who I really am. And when we come to that place of who we really are, that'll be the destruction, the end of that German that has been taking us away from who we want to be. It should be so.